add those to your coins here. I'll do the same thing. I had a few extra coins. I'll add them as well. Now I know I have a total of $4. It's the same principle as before, except now we're doing the actual dollar amount. So I would say I have as much money as you, any amount. Pick an amount, 12 cents, 15 cents, 18 cents, it doesn't matter. What do you want to use?
12 cents.
12 cents, so I'll put in 12 cents. The only thing you have to do is subtract 12 cents from the total of $4. So I have to do that. I say, okay, what would that be? $3.88. That sounds about right. Let's try it. $3.88. Now, if $3.88 plus 12 cents adds up to $4, this will work. So let's add that up. How much do you have in money?
I have $1.
Good. All right, no double lifts.
50. 175. $2. 10, 20, 30, 35, 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
255, is that right?
255.
Now it's a good idea, so you don't have to ask later, is to put 255 up here. So you have 255. Now my prediction says I have as much money as you, 255, so you get 255. 4 quarters, that makes $1. 4 quarters, that will make $2. 255, well, 2 more quarters makes 250, 255. So I have as much money as you, 255, 12 cents more, 10, 11, 12 cents more, and enough left over when added to your money will give you a total of 388. Well, this is automatic. It works all by itself. You have 255, and so do I. I have 255. So this plus this has to equal $4. So this and this is the same as the same thing. Same thing. 255, 256, 57, 58, 59, 260, 265, 270, 275. Oh, there's a quarter. That makes $3. Then I say, oh, $3? Well, that means this should be 88 cents. Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Oh, fooled myself. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. 388, it works every time. Here's a very simple but a very commercial sponge ball routine. To do this, all you need are 2 sponge balls, which is good because usually when you buy sponge balls, you get a set of 4. So now eventually one's going to get torn, it's going to get lost. You have a couple of extra spares. To do this routine, you also need a purse frame. Just get a purse frame, or you buy a purse and rip off the bag and keep the frame. The purse frame goes in your right coat pocket along with 1 sponge ball. Another sponge ball goes in your left coat pocket. That's it. You're ready to go. So what you're going to do is both hands go into both pockets at the same time as if you're looking for something, and you're looking for the purse frame. You bring your right hand out with the purse frame. A fraction of a second later, you bring out the left hand with 1 ball concealed. So it's like you're looking for, here it is, purse frame. You say, nope, nothing inside. You use this old dodge. You open it up. You show this. Johnny Paul. I was trying to think, who's that Johnny Paul from the Showboat way back in the old days in Las Vegas? So what this is you open up the purse frame, put your fingers inside. The right fingers actually conceal the sponge ball that's hidden in the left hand, and then you close it again. You say, but if I blow, by magic, something appears inside. You can't hear it, but it's there. It just doesn't make a lot of noise. You reach inside, you produce 1 sponge ball. One of the nice things about the purse frame is it gives you a reason to reach into your pockets, and also it gives you a reason to put it back in your pocket when you're finished producing something from it, and that gives you a reason for stealing a second ball. Okay? Put the purse frame away, steal out the second ball, show this one. At this point, you could just pick the 2 balls up, smashing 1 ball onto the other, smashing them together, and then apparently sawing it right in half. I think that's a pretty good effect. It looks like you separate it into 2 balls. Now you're ready to begin the magic. Now I say they look the same, but there's a very important difference. This is ball number 1, this is ball number 2. Usually I pretend to put number 2 here and number 1 here, which I actually do, and then I say, oh no, it has to be this way. This one goes here, and this one goes here, as an afterthought. The second time is when you do the false transfer. So you say, oh no, wait, this one goes here, this one goes here. It's not a fancy move, it's just pretend to put it in. Don't let go with your thumb, just retain it with your thumb, close your fingers, bring your hand out. That's all you do. But the follow-up action is this. You put one here, you pick up this one. So here it is in slow motion. You say, I put ball number 1 here and ball number 2 here. No, wait, no. It's ball number 2 here and ball number 1 here. And if I do that, what happens is this. This one vanishes, it flies through the air, and it lands in the other hand. Now that's magic in your hand, and you say, I'm going to make it even more impossible. I'm going to try to do magic in the spectator's hand. So you get somebody to volunteer, or you pick them. You say, I'd like you to hold on to either ball number 1 or ball number 2. It's entirely up to you. Whichever one they select, that's the one they get. Let's say they pick number 1. You say, all right, hold on to ball number 1 in a very tight fist. So they squeeze it. What you're doing is you're setting them up for how they have to hold the ball in just a moment when you secretly put 2 inside. So I say close your hand very tightly, turn your hand over, palm side downward, make sure they do it properly. If they're going to mess you up, they're probably going to mess it up now, and that's okay because you have nothing to hide. So you say, hold on tightly, palm side down, I'll hold this one, I do a little magic. Did you feel the magic? They usually say no. Say, which one did I give you, number 1 or number 2? They'll say whatever you gave them, say for example number 1. Open your hand, take a look, let everybody see. Whatever you gave them, say it's the other one. Oh, now you have number 2. I have number 1. They've changed places. That gets a pretty good laugh sometimes, which is nice for the misdirection. And you say, did you feel them change places? They always say no. You will say, that's because you didn't hold it tight enough. If you hold the ball very, very tightly, you'll actually feel them change places. So we'll do it again. This time I'll hold this one. That's a false transfer. Nothing fancy. Just pretend to put it there. Pick up this, adding the extra ball to it. Hold on to it very tightly so they have 2 balls. They think there's only 1. You make your ball disappear, vanish, fly through the air invisibly, landing inside of your tightly clenched fist. The spectator opens up their hand and they've got 2. Now in my opinion, once you make a ball vanish from your hand, invisibly travel through the air and land inside of the spectator's fist, that's the end of the sponge ball trick. Anything you do after that is pretty much anticlimactic. 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket. No good. There's a few other things that you can add if you'd like. Sometimes if you feel like it, you can make one vanish from your own hand, which I usually like to do. I say it didn't vanish, it's still there, it's just invisible. You can actually feel it. Let the spectator feel it. You get some byplay here. You say, well, you can't feel it, it's like a ghost. Your fingers went right through it. But I'll tell you what, I'll sprinkle the invisible ball on the visible ball, so now there's 2 balls here. One you can see, one you can't see. All this time you've got the extra ball hidden in your other hand. Now here's a nice move. Just pick it up, show it like this. It looks like you pick it up, show it like that, and tear it in half. Let the halves grow into full balls. You're ready to go on to the next sequence. Very simple. You just do a false transfer. You make the ball invisible. You sprinkle the invisible ball on the visible ball. And here's a little changeover move. You show this. Remember, the extra one's hidden here. Just lay your hand flat onto the left-hand ball like this. Palm the left-hand ball, show the right-hand ball like this, then bring the 2 hands together, the 2 balls together, press them together, pretend to tear it in half, and slowly, if you'd like, allow them to grow into full balls. So there's a few tricks that you could do. A nice, pretty quick, pretty effective sponge ball routine. Here's a pretty quick, almost impromptu cup and ball routine. Basically, the only preparation is decide on what you'd like your loads to be, the final loads. Here's a hot tip. Make sure the loads easily fit into the cups. Now, I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I could understand that if you put big giant loads in your pockets and you're using a pretty small sized cup, that you could run into difficulty at that special moment. So always check in advance, make sure they fit in very easily. 1 load in each coat pocket. That's it. One other thing you need to do, take a dollar bill or a piece of paper napkin or a cork, whatever you're going to use as the ball, and have a duplicate in your right coat pocket. Okay? Now, if you do this, I use a crumpled up dollar bill because almost always you can borrow a dollar bill. It doesn't even have to be a single. It could be a 5, a 10, a 20. It doesn't matter what the denomination is. Once it's crumpled up, they all pretty much look the same. So this is kind of a funny bit. That's in the spectator's hand. Borrow a cup. I find a knife. I say, oh, that's lovely. I need one of those. I put it in my inside right coat pocket because I want to be able to reach in there and grab it later. I'm going to have something secretly concealed in my hand. So you have a cup. The cup's ordinary. That goes on the table. Does anybody have a dollar bill? You. Would you please crumple it up into a little ball? Or you can crumple it yourself like that. You say, I need one more thing. Let's see. Both hands reach into the pockets as if you're looking for the final thing. You finger palm the duplicate crumpled up bill.